So in this video, we are going to learn how to set up Razorpay automation for multiple products in Pabbly Connect. So if you are using Razorpay as a payment gateway, this automation is going to help you a lot. So in this automation, whenever we are going to capture a new payment in our Razorpay account, if you are selling multiple products using Razorpay, like if you are getting the payment for multiple products from your Razorpay account and each and every product has a different pricing, using this automation, for whatever product we are going to receive, the file of the same product will be shared from our Google Drive. So let's take an example, like I'm selling some online courses, 3 different courses, and each course has a different price, and I'm using Razorpay to collect the payments from my users. Now, for example, if the customer makes a payment of 500, then I want to share a specific course. If they make a payment of 700, then I want to share a specific course file from my Google Drive. And if they make a payment of 1000, then I want to share the course file of some other course of the third course from my Google Drive. So this is the kind of setup we are going to automate in this video. So whenever we are going to capture the payment, on the basis of what amount of payment we receive, the kind of file we are going to share from our Google Drive with the customer. So if you want to know how you can set up this kind of automation for your Razorpay account, for that you just have to come with me to my screen.
So as you can see, here we are on Pabbly Connect's dashboard. Now to reach this dashboard, you will get a free sign-up link of Pabbly Connect in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can create your free Pabbly Connect account in just 2 minutes. And after reaching to this dashboard, just click on Create Workflow and give this workflow a name. For example, I would like to name my workflow as Razorpay to Google Drive. And then just click on Create. Now you can see that our workflow is open over here. And in this workflow, we have 2 different windows. First one is the trigger window and second one is the action window. So triggers and actions are basically those 2 concepts, those 2 principles on which this whole automation works on, where the trigger says when this happens and the action says do this. So let's begin with our trigger window. Now the idea here is, first we have to connect our Razorpay account with Pabbly Connect in the trigger window, so that every time we receive a payment on our Razorpay account, automatically the details of the same payment which we are receiving should be received inside Pabbly Connect as well. Then after that guys, here in my Razorpay account, I'm actually selling 3 different products. Let me show you. First one is the Java course. So here you can see Java for beginners. This is the payment link for this particular course. We'll just open it in a new tab. And then here you can see that this is the payment page using which the customers can buy this Java course. And the price of this course is 799 rupees. After this, I have another course named as Python for beginners. We will just copy the payment link of this course and open it in a new tab. And here you can see this course, the product price of this course is 999 rupees over here. And using this payment page, the customers can buy or make payment for Python course. And another course which we have is the PHP course. So we'll just copy this link, paste it in a new tab, and here you can see using this payment page, the customer can make the payment for their PHP course. And the product price is, the course price is 499 rupees. So we have 3 different courses and every course, every product has a different amount. Now I want that using this automation which we are going to create in Pabbly Connect, using this, whenever I receive a payment in my Razorpay account for any of these 3 courses, the course file of this course which is present in my Google Drive should be shared as an email to the same person. The same course file, like I have the Java course file, Python course file, just let me rename it. Python course file and the PHP course file. I have all of these 3 courses in my Google Drive and I want to share these courses with the customer who are making the payments. So first we are going to connect our Razorpay account in Pabbly Connect in the trigger window as I told you. And then whenever we are going to receive the payment in our Razorpay account, the details of each and every payment will be captured inside Pabbly Connect. And after receiving those payment details, we are going to actually create a router, 3 different routes in our automation workflow for 3 different courses. And we are going to add a condition in such a way, like if the payment price, if the customer has made the payment of 799 rupees, then we are going to share this Java course file with them. If the customer has made the payment of 999 rupees, then we are going to share the Python file or Python course from our Google Drive. Or if the customer has made the payment of 499 rupees, in that case, we are going to share this online PHP course file with them from our Google Drive. So in this way, if you have created multiple products, if you are collecting payments for multiple products from your Razorpay account and the price of each and every product is different, then you can set up a single automation workflow and then you can create multiple routes over there. And according to the price, what are actions are supposed to be taken, you can specify that in that particular route. So it is not that complex as it sounds. It's a very simple process. So let's begin with it. Now here in our trigger window in Choose App, search for Razorpay. Just select it. And then in trigger event from this drop down, select the trigger event as payment captured. After selecting our trigger event, Pabbly Connect gave us a webhook URL. Now using this webhook URL, we are going to connect our Razorpay account with Pabbly Connect. And to add this webhook URL in our Razorpay account, we just have to follow the help text given below over here. Just copy this webhook URL from here and then just go to the Razorpay account. After coming to the Razorpay account, go to Accounts and Settings from the left sidebar and then click on this webhooks option over here. After coming to this webhooks page, here you can see a list of all the webhooks which I have added in my Razorpay account. Click on this Add New Webhook button and this box appears in front of us. The first thing it asks us is the webhook URL. And here in this field, we have to paste the exact same webhook URL which we have copied from Pabbly Connect. Just copy it from here and paste it over here. After this, it is asking us for the secret and alert email. So both of these fields are not mandatory, so you can ignore them. And at last, it asks us active events. So here in active events, we have to select payment.captured. If you have any doubt or confusion while adding the webhook URL or selecting your active event, you can always refer to the help text given below over here. And here in help text, you can see that it is telling us to select payment.captured as the active event. So we have selected it. And then just click on create webhook over here. And now you can see that we have successfully added a webhook URL in our Razorpay account. Now, every time we receive a payment in our Razorpay account, automatically the details of the payment which we are going to capture in Razorpay will be sent to Pabbly Connect. And here in this Pabbly Connect trigger window, we are going to get the response. So here in Pabbly Connect, it is showing us waiting for webhook response. This means Pabbly Connect is waiting to get some details of a new payment from Razorpay. So right now, I am in the test mode of my Razorpay account and I am going to make a payment over here. So I'll just go to one of my courses. For example, I'll go to this Java course for beginners page. And here at this payment page in test mode, we are going to make a test payment. For example, I'll enter the name as demo user. So this is the name of the customer. This is the email address of the customer. And then whatever email address the customer is going to enter while making the payment, on the same email address, we are going to share our course file from our Google Drive using this automation. So here I have entered the email address. Let me add a dummy mobile number over here. Then here it is asking us to select the course. So just select it. And then the product price is by default entered. That is 799 rupees. Click on pay. And because we are in the test mode, so we are going to make a test payment using the test card. So let me enter the test card details, then CVV. Click on pay now. So we are setting up this automation for basically this payment. So let me just enter the payment over here, the OTP. Let me make this successful payment. And yes, here you can see that just now on our Razorpay account, we have received a new payment for this Java for Beginners course. And the price of this course was 799 rupees. And because we have connected our Razorpay account with Pabbly Connect using this webhook URL, we will see in our Pabbly Connect workflow in this trigger window, we have received some response. And in this response, we will see all the details of the new payment which we have received. So we will just scroll down and here you can see the same name of the customer which we have entered while making the payment on the payment page. Then you can see the same email address of the customer. Here you can see the course which they have selected from the drop down. Here you can see the payment method. We will scroll down further. Once again, you can see the email address, the mobile number of the customer which they have entered. And then you can see some other details too. And here you can see the amount for which the customer made the payment. So the price of this course, the price of Java course was 799 rupees. And here in response, you can see we have received this response. But you will notice that the amount is pretty incorrect. Here we have received the amount as 79,900, but the course price was 799 rupees. Now we have received these two extra zeros in the response because while sending the data of a newly captured payment, Razorpay does not support decimal values. That's why the course price was 799.00, and that is why it has eliminated the decimal and sent us these two zeros as well. So if you want, you can remove these two zeros in the next step, or you can continue with this as well. So every time we are going to receive the response of a new payment, the two extra zeros after the decimal or the without the decimal, the complete value will be received inside Pabbly Connect. And we are going to add the router conditions. We are going to create different branches, different routes in this automation workflow on the basis of this response of amount, because all of these three courses have different amounts over here. So the step 1 of setting up this automation is completed. We have successfully captured the details of our new payment which we are receiving on our Razorpay account inside Pabbly Connect. Now let's move to step 2. And in step 2, we have to create 3 different routes. For example, if the payment amount is 799.00, that is 79,900, in that case, we want to share the Java course from our Google Drive. We want to share the course file of Java from our Google Drive with our users. If the payment amount we capture in response is rupees 999.00, that means 99,900 after removing this decimal, in that case, we want to share the Python course file from Google Drive. And if the payment price or the payment amount is 499.00, in that case, we want to share the PHP course file from our Google Drive account with the same customer who made the payment. And as I told you, for this condition, we are going to create 3 different routes over here. So let's scroll down, come to our action window, and to create multiple routes in our automation workflow, we are going to use a feature of Pabbly Connect that is called router. Just select it over here. After selecting router by Pabbly, by default, it has created 2 different routes over here. And then if you want, by clicking on this add route button, you can add unlimited routes in your automation workflow. So using router by Pabbly, you can create unlimited routes in your automation workflow. But right now, we just want to create 3 different routes. Click on this add router button, and then just let's rename these routes. So first route name is Java course. So if we get the payment for this Java course, in that case, this automation workflow will be continued from this route. Then the second route, I would like to name the second route as Python course and update it. And the name of the third route will be PHP course. And click on update. So in this way, we have created 3 different routes in our automation workflow using router by Pabbly. And we have named these routes as well. Now, what are the steps we want is this automation to follow in these routes? We are going to set up that in this set filter and action step. Just click on it, set filter and action step, and we are setting up this route for Java course. Like if we receive the payment for Java course, in that case, this automation workflow will be continued from this route. But while setting it, the first thing which we have to enter, which we have to set up is the filter. That how Pabbly Connect will know or how this router will know that this automation workflow should be continued from this route. So as I told you, all of our 3 different courses have different pricing. So every time we receive a payment for a different course, we will get a different amount in response in our trigger window. And on that basis, guys, we are going to add this filter condition like if the amount of the payment we have received is 799.00, that is 79,900, then in that case, this automation workflow should be executed by the route of Java course. So we have to set up this kind of condition over here. So once again, we'll click on this set filter and action step. And in here in select label, we have to select the label for amount. So here in this dropdown, you will see a list of all the responses which we have received from Razorpay. And out of all of these responses, select this response of amount in select label. Then the filter type will be equals to, from this dropdown, select equals to, and then in value, we have to enter the value of this course. And don't forget, we have to remove this decimal value. We have to remove the decimal and then we have to enter the complete value. So I'm going to enter 799.00. This is the value. And click on Save and Send Test Request. So if we have received 799.00, the course price of Java course in response from Razorpay, like if Razorpay tells us that we have received this amount of payment, in that case, we want to share the course file of Java. So here we have added this filter condition and told Pabbly Connect, told this router step, like if the payment amount is equals to this, then the automation workflow should be continued from this route. So with this route, we want to share the Java course file in the next step. So we have ensured that if the amount is this, then the workflow will be executed by this route. After this, in this route, we want to share the Java course file with the customer. For that, just click on this Add Action Step button and we have the course file in our Google Drive. So here in Choose App in Action Step, we'll search for Google Drive. Just select it. After selecting Google Drive, in action event from this drop-down, we have to select the action event as Share a File. Then just click on Connect and select Add New Connection. Now here guys, we have to connect our Google Drive account with Pabbly Connect in this step. And to make this connection, click on this Sign in with Google button and then select your Google Drive account in which you have that file. After this, just scroll down and click on Continue. And as we click on Continue, we will see our Google Drive account will get connected with Pabbly Connect. After making this connection, the first thing it asks us is the file ID. So here in this dropdown, you can see a list of all the files which we have created in our Google Drive account. And here from this dropdown, that using this automation in this step, which file we want to share with the user. So from this dropdown, using this route, we want to share the Java course file. So I'll just search for Java course. We have this Java course PDF. This was the name of the file which I want to send to the customer who are making me the payment for Java course. So we have selected the file which we want to share for Java course. After selecting the file in this file ID field, the next thing it asks us is the email. That what is the email address of the customer on which we want to share the file. So we'll just click on this field and from this drop down, while receiving the Razorpay payment, we have asked the user their email address. And on the same email address, we are going to share this file. So here from Razorpay payments in this dropdown, you can see a list of all the responses which we have captured of a payment. And out of all of these responses, we are going to select this response of email and it will be mapped over here. So whatever email address the customer is going to enter while making the payment, on the same email address, this course file will be shared from our Google Drive. At last, it asks us for the role. So in this dropdown, you can see we have three different role options: can view, can edit, and can comment. So here guys, what role you want to give to this user? I want to give the user the role as can view. So here I have selected that particular role over here. And then just click on Save and Send Test Request. After clicking on Save and Send Test Request, here you can see that we have received a response. And in this response seems to be a positive response to us. This response shows that the file ID which we have selected over here, this file is been shared with this user, the same customer who made the payment for this course on our Razorpay payment page. So let's check the email inbox of this user. So let's check the email inbox. So this is the inbox of the same user. And yes, here you can see that on the same email address which we have entered while making the payment, on the same email, a new email is received. And here in this email, you can see that the same course file of Java which we had in our Google Drive, the same file is been shared with the same customer who made us the payment on our Razorpay payment page. And here you can see the same course file. So this means guys, the first route of this automation we have created successfully. Whenever we are going to receive a payment of 799 rupees on our Razorpay account, automatically this course file of Java course, whose price we have kept 799 rupees, will be shared to the same user on their email address from our Google Drive. Now after this guys, if you want to add these payment details into a specific Google Sheet for Java course, you can add this action step of Google Sheet, or if you want to send a confirmation of WhatsApp, SMS or email, you can add any other step according to your requirement, according to your choice in the same route as well. So right now in this video, I'm just keeping it simple that how we have shared this file. Now, if you want to send a WhatsApp message, for example, click on this add action step, select the WhatsApp step, set up it, and then this automation will run through this route and follow all the steps in this route. After route 1, after the route for Java course, we have to actually set up a similar route for course 2 as well, our Python course as well. Like if we get a payment of 999 rupees, or should I say 99,900 if we remove this decimal, then in that case, we want the customer to be shared the Python course file. We want this automation to be continued using this particular route of Python course. So once again, we'll click on this set filter and action step button. In select label from this drop down of Razorpay responses, once again we are going to select the label of amount. Filter type will be equals to and value will be 999.00. So the price of our Python course, our second product was 999 rupees. And while receiving a response, as I told you, Razorpay does not support the decimal value. So the complete value will be 99900. So we have entered the same value over here in this filter condition. And then just click on this save and send test request button. Now here in response, because while capturing the response from Razorpay in the trigger window, we have selected the Java course. We have received the response of this 799 rupees or 79,900. This is the response. And this is not equals to 999. So that is why it is showing us the condition is false. This means if the customer has made the payment for Java course or PHP course, in that case, the customer won't be shared the Python file. This automation workflow will not be continued using this route. This means this step is working perfectly fine. And once again, we have to click on this add action step button and set up the Google Drive step. Now, if you want, you can actually set up this complete step, or you can copy the step from your previous step, previous route, and then paste it over here. So how this copy and paste of step works, we will see this in video as well. Select the scene action event, click on connect. Now because we have connected our Google Drive account in the previous step of Java course, we don't have to make a new connection. You can select the existing connection and click on save. After clicking on save, the next thing it asks us is file ID once again. And we want that whenever this automation is continued using this route, in this route, the course file of Python should be shared with the user. So from this drop down, I will just search for the course file of Python, Python Basics PDF. We have the same file name over here, Python Basics. And then after selecting this file, once again map the email address of the customer from Razorpay responses. So on this email, we want to share the file. The role will be can view. And this time, let's click on this save button. Let's not click on save and send test request. Click on this save button over here. And then disclose this route. Then we have to set up the third route for our third product, the third course which we have, that is PHP course. So the price of PHP course is 499 rupees. This means whenever we are going to receive a payment in this particular course for this particular payment page, then we are going to get the response of 49,900 over here. After removing the decimal, this value becomes 49,900. And we want that whenever we get a payment of 499 rupees on our Razorpay payment page, we want to share this PHP course file to that customer's email. So let's set up this filter and action step. Select the label as amount once again. Here it is and equals to 499.00. We are going to enter the exact value but without the decimal over here. And then just click on save and send test request. And once again, it is showing us the condition is false because we have captured the response for Java product, Java course over here. After this, guys, once again, we have to add the Google Drive step. And as I told you, you can actually copy and paste action step inside your Pabbly Connect workflow. Like in the previous route, you can see that we have added the same Google Drive step which we want to add. But we just want to change the file ID over here. So what you can do, you can just click on this three dot of this action step, click on this copy step button. After this, go to your next route and then here just click on this three dot in front of this action step of filter and click on this paste step button. And then the same step which we have copied will be pasted below that. So here we have added the same Google Drive step, the same account connection and all of those things, the same mapping data. We just want to change the file ID over here that using this route, in this step, the PHP course file should be shared. So we'll just refresh this once. And then from this drop down, we will search for the course file of PHP course. This is it. Just select it. And then using this route, when automation will be continued. This means if the customer makes a payment of 499 rupees, then the course file of PHP will be shared to them on their email address. Just click on this save button over here. And we have successfully created 3 different routes on the basis of pricing in our Pabbly Connect account. Now, every time we receive a payment on our Razorpay account, Pabbly Connect will capture the data of that payment. And what is the amount of the payment? On that basis, we have created 3 different routes over here. And here guys, you will see on that basis, what amount of payment we receive, we will select what kind of product we want to send to the customer or what is the action we want to follow in the automation, by what route this automation will be continued. So here guys, we have successfully created this automation workflow. Now let's test this automation workflow once again. We have actually captured the response for the Java course. Now let's make a test payment for this PHP course, this Python course once. So I'll just use the same details of the user. For example, demo customer. This is the name. This is the email address. And this is a dummy mobile number. Let's select the course as Python course, and the product price is 999 rupees. And we will see as we make this payment, instantly within few seconds, the same Python course file for which we are making the payment will be shared with the same customer on their mentioned email address. Let's click on this pay button and make another test payment over here. Just make the payment by card, enter the test card details, click on pay now, enter the OTP as well and submit. So just now we have received another successful payment on our Razorpay payment page, and we have received this payment for this product of Python course for beginners. And we will see as we receive this payment, instantly within few seconds, the same course file of Python course which we had in our Google Drive will be shared with the same customer who made the payment. So let's check the email inbox of that customer. And yes, here you can see that just now a new file has been shared of Python basics, the Python course which we had in our Google Drive. Now let's test this automation once again. We will make the payment for online PHP course, and when we are going to make the payment for this course, only this file will be shared with the customer who made the payment. So let's enter the customer details, demo user, the same email address we are going to enter once again. Let's enter another dummy mobile number, select the course, and this time we are making the payment of 499 rupees. And according to our automation workflow, we have created 3 different routes. And if we receive the payment of 499 rupees, then the course of PHP, the course file of PHP course will be shared from our Google Drive. So let's make the payment. Select mode card. And CVV. Click on pay. And then now you will see we have received another successful payment for this PHP course. And when we receive the payment for this course, only the course file of this particular course will be shared from our Google Drive with the customer who made the payment. Once again, we'll check the email inbox. And yes, here you can see that the course file of PHP course is received. This means the automation workflow which we have created inside Pabbly Connect is working perfectly fine. Now, if you have more than 3, like 5, 10, 15 products on your Razorpay account, and you have different payment pages for each and every product, and each and every product has a different price, then on that basis, into a single workflow, you can capture the details of all the payments you receive on your Razorpay account. And then you can create different routes over here inside Pabbly Connect for each and every product, for each and every price which you receive on your Pabbly. On the basis of amount which you receive as payment on your Razorpay. And then in those routes, you can set up or add multiple action steps, like what are the action steps you want to follow if you receive the payment for that particular customer. So in this video, I just took an example of sharing a file with Google Drive. But instead of this, you can perform any action as I told you. You can add the customer into CRM, share a file, send a WhatsApp message, SMS or email, or you can add these details into Google Sheet or send this data to any other platform. You can set up your complete routes over here in this set filter and action steps section. So not just these applications, you can connect plenty of other applications with Pabbly Connect. And one more important thing, you will find the clone link of this exact same workflow in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can clone the same workflow into your own Pabbly Connect account and use this automation workflow for free. Also, let me tell you, Pabbly Connect offers you a free plan. And in this plan, you will get some free tasks every month into your own Pabbly Connect account. So if you want to try and test this automation, you can do it for absolutely free.
If you have any kind of doubts or queries, you can post them on forum.pabbly.com. So if this video was helpful to you, you can obviously like this video, comment down your suggestion, and don't forget to share it with others. So guys, that's it for today's video. Thank you. Have a great day.